Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On first down, Lockhart. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Throwing again. Lockhart. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. Operating from the gun, Lockhart. Flushed out right. And it's complete to Adams. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Back to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams. That's career touchdown number 131, and it ties him with Chris Carter for number 8 on the all-time list. And the Raiders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Watson and the Browns now with a first and 10 at their own 24. Here's Watson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. But hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
From
the red zone now. Watson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. First carry for Nick Chubb. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Baker. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Cade York on now for the field goal. This is a 26-yard attempt. York able to send this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Raiders.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's got room. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already. As they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Watson's throw pulled in by Schwartz. He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Off the play fake. Lockhart. He'll look downfield for Waller. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And he comes back with one complete. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Uses the stiff arm. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to sling this deep downfield. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 37-yard line. 86 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They toss it left side to Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. They'll run with Chubb. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They run it again with Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Raider offense set to get this drive started.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Lockhart. And he will find his man on the outside.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
He's going to look deep down the field. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
On third down, Lockhart. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and they have regained the lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space.
145 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. And again, it's Chubb. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Hey, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that he left?
Oh, he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
To throw on second down. Lockhart. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. That's taken it around the 40. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On 1st and 10, Watson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
York able to send this one through, and they have regained the lead. So a little late drama in the first half as that kick will give them the lead into intermission.
Isn't this fun the way that this is unfolding? You're exactly right. The late drama, 3 points go up on the board, and we go into the half with a new leader.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the football.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
So that is not the way you want to begin the half when you're only up by one score. A turnover right away.
And my guess that in the locker room, that's what the defensive coordinator on the other side was saying. We've got to find a way to get the football back for our offense. And they were able to do it.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
The slot man in motion right. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's Jacobs, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
One more time with Jacobs. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Looking to throw. Lockhart, and he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have retaken a third-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there. Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again, and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
And now they'll try to pile on. Operating from the gun. Lockhart. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Lockhart got a man, and he hits him in stride. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Lockhart to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here's 2nd and a yard. Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Looking to throw. Lockhart. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
to throw. Lockhart. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Raiders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 15 now. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A give, it's Jacobs off the option.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the belt 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. That's a burst right there.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now receiver in motion left. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he was unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Watson now to throw. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Watson on 3rd down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And some room to work. Nick Chubb. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns get a bit closer. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point by York is up and good.
As this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 178 yards on the ground for him now, as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Chubb will get the call, running left. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there, getting the safeties involved in run support.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Chubb will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
That was a huge play on third down, so now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And some room to run now. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to. And right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Pulled in at the 24. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
And a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
That's out to Chubb, complete. Touchdown! Nick Chubb with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Let's go now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Off play action. Lockhart. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Adams the man in motion right. They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Gets this to Waller. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 16. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And he's got him in, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go up the middle with Chubb. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go to different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. They go with Jacobs. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. What
a thrilling fourth quarter this one was. Well, at least I guess if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding